All right, welcome back. This is the last video in the series of the Sprint method, and we're going to talk about live virtual events. So we talked about setting a routine, perfecting your avatar and your marketing message, posting regularly, implementing an opt-in page, nurture your business actually with systems and a team, and then last but not least is take it live with virtual events. Now these virtual events, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a challenge or a webinar or anything like that. It can literally be, if you reverse engineer what I'm going to teach you today, going live on TikTok or going live on your social media platforms where you're posting your content. And that's only going to help you become more of an authority figure and build that like and trust factor with the audience that is engaging on your content. So this is pertaining to live events, like I said, on Zoom or a challenge or something like that. A scenario that looks a lot like this, right? This was a live event that I had, several hundred people on here at the time, and it was a very good turnout. So let's jump right into it. Don't want to waste too much more of your time. So the objective today is understanding the benefits of hosting a live virtual event and learning the essential steps to successfully launch and manage a live virtual event. Now, why live virtual events even matter? Man, you build relatability. It's huge. Audience engagement. Connect with your audience in real time, fostering interaction and relationship building. Huge. It is so huge. I've done live events for 3 to 5 days, and I've also done them on record and replay, and I've had a lot more success with the live events when I'm actually doing it live. It's not a replay or a recording, and I'm able to answer questions and really debunk what people's limiting beliefs are. So it's so powerful. Reach, you expand your reach beyond geographical boundaries, attracting pretty much a global audience. Now, when you are able to construct, or you already have some type of event built, even a webinar, an hour webinar, seminar, masterclass, whatever it is, your reach is a lot further out there as far as who you can attract and get everybody in one group, right? Selling one to many. So you don't have to, I guess you could say, jump on sales calls with every single person. If you have an offer of, like, say, $2,000 as an example on the back end of a 2-hour or 1-hour presentation, or even a challenge, a 5-day challenge. So when you are able to create something where everybody can gather, like a tabernacle, I guess, like something like that, just basically a gathering, it's going to be more beneficial for you because you're able to cross-pollinate with all kinds of different people all at once. And then brand authority, establish your authority and thought leadership within your industry, thought through educational and informational content, informative content and educational. So when you think about that, is when you put something together and you construct something that is life-changing for that person. It could be any simple problem solved, can be literally life-changing to some people, right? It might fix somebody's business completely. So you're also branding yourself as that authority figure that you can show up and present yourself with that higher caliber of, like, I guess, presence, right? You have that energy about yourself. So that's just only going to build your brand authority. All right, defining event goals and audiences. Determine the purpose of your event, i.e. lead generation. Is it education, community building? Are you trying to build a community inside the GOAT systems? Because we have an amazing community, kind of like school, inside the GOAT systems as well. And at the end of the day, what is your goal? What does your transformation look like for that prospect? Are you selling a product? Are you trying to build a community? What is it? Identify your target audience and their preferences for content and format. So always think about that. Who is my target audience? What type of buyers are they? Are they rational buyers? Are they, what type of buyer are they? Rational? Or they have to think about it, and they put a lot of thought into it? Do they need a lot of storytelling before they, hear your pitch because they need to feel that emotion? Or they just want to cut to the chase? I don't really care about the story. I just want to see what your offer is, and is it going to help me, right? All right, choosing the right platform as well. Again, Zoom, they have different webinar platforms and different softwares you can use. You can use, what is it called? Streamlabs. They have, there's so many different platforms out there. And again, you can use Webinar Jam, Zoom. You can even use Facebook. to do a live event. Even on TikTok, I've literally done live events on TikTok where I'll be going live for 3 days straight, teaching my 3 secrets on XYZ. And I've had a good show up rate, and I've had conversions during the process. Even after I go live for that hour, people are like, man, what do you got? I just want to buy it. I want to check it out. Can I get on a call? So super important. All right, planning event and content and format. So develop engaging content that aligns with your audience and interest and addresses their pain points. We talked about that in the short form content. We talked about the short form platforms out there that we use to build our audiences and build our communities and put our content out there so we can build that authority and that relatability. So you can do anything from a webinar, panel discussions, Q&A sessions, literally on these platforms. It doesn't have to be like a big, huge gathering where you do a huge launch campaign, which is good. So we're talking about launch campaigns and all those different things. But again, this is just an overview on, what I did to get to XYZ. Promote and market your event. So creating a promotional strategy, having like a 14-day promotional cycle to attract attendees. That's email marketing, social media, campaigns, text blasts, doesn't matter what it is. However you're gonna put yourself in the interweb or out on the interweb to attract these individuals. Use compelling visuals, teaser videos, behind the scenes. If you have any speakers or any guests or any previous clients or students that were just crushing it and you want to have them come on for a testimonial, exactly what it needs to be, right? It needs to be compelling and uplifting and all these different things. But at the same time, when you're actually promoting and marketing yourself to fill these events or these sell one-to-many events, I guess you could say, it's really important to understand there's going to be a promotion cycle leading up to it. Value, possibly free pop-up trainings. Come into my Facebook group for a free training. We're talking about XYZ, and that's only going to complement what's in that free training is going to complement in your masterclass or the live event you have in 3 or 4 weeks. All right. Preparing speakers and technical setup. So if there's anybody, again, reach out to previous students. So at the end, towards the pitch, before the pitch even happens, have maybe a student or two get up and give their testimonial on how great their transformation was, right? What they did to build the legacy that they are currently building and the path that they're on. So also the technical stuff. So make sure you always test that. There's always going to be some type of problem, not each time, but the course of you running events, more than once, there's going to be something that happens. Your internet might drop, or you might not be logged into the certain software, and you go to do your event and it's like crunch time and you have to all of a sudden scramble to log in. Just make sure everything's done. Make sure the video, the audio is good. And it's super important to have good quality audio and good quality video. It's super important because it helps people keep people's attention towards what you're talking about, what you're doing. And then engaging and interacting during the event as well. So what I do a lot of the times, it doesn't matter what it is. If I'm on TikTok and I'm in the middle of a lesson and I'm just rolling, I'm doing really good, everything's coming off my tongue really pleasantly, like an angel is on my tongue speaking or something like that, right? Either way, I would stop dead in my tracks and be like, okay, so I've just discussed X, Y, Z, and I got goosebumps right now just talking about this. Does anybody out there have the same feelings of what I just talked about? As an example, if you do, drop a number 1 inside the chat just to know that you're still here, you're still engaged, and I'm actually landing on what I'm talking about. So everything what I say is landing and you're understanding it. So monitor the audience's engagement and adjust content delivery as needed to keep attendees engaged. Keeping that momentum going, that fire going. If you're doing an evergreen webinar, excuse me, just ate some lunch. If you're doing an evergreen webinar, then you'll have softwares out there with AI built in. So when you start saying comment number 1, you'll have AI bots comment number 1 for you. And so it's like, it helps with the engagement. All right. And then number 7 is follow up and measure success. So send post-event communications. Now you can extend your funnel. There's a funnel extension process. So, not just, the event's done and, that's it. There's going to be a follow-up after that. Like, hey, catch the replays. Did you hear about, what we talked about on day 2, XYZ topic, right? So what I mean by that is like, do more follow-up, save these videos, these recordings, all this stuff, and measure the event success using metrics like attendee rates, engagement levels, how much, if it's gamified and you give them homework, how many people completed the homework, and find out where the bleeding is or the pinch points in your presentation or whatever it may be, your dramatic demonstration, sell one to many. So it's really good to do it once. On the first time, you might just suck and you might not have anybody show up, or you might not have anybody purchase, or you might only have 5 people or 10 people show up. It doesn't matter. My very first event, I didn't have too many people show up at all. I got a mentor. He showed me the process on exactly how to do a proper launch on an offer. And that very second time, or the very first cohort I did, which was a 4-week cohort, basically a lesson each week. They went and had homework, and they basically found results at the end of the cohort, right? That was the goal. Help them get their first high ticket sale. Crushed it. Anyways, that build up and that lead up, the promotion cycle, which was a 14-day, not 4-week, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I said 4-week earlier, but 14-day promotion cycle, putting out the content, talking to speakers, getting testimonials and case studies ready. All these things are super important. But also finding out, if you sign up 100 people, and out of the 100 people that signed up to show up, and only 50 show, that's 50% show up rate. And out of that 50% show up rate, what was the conversion at the end? And actually, how many people stayed to the end for the 50% that showed up? So there's different metrics like that we have to really kind of wrap our minds around. But again, I don't want to beat a horse to death on this lesson. This is the last step in what it really took me to the next level. And that was putting myself out there in front of other audiences. Cross-pollinating, building that Dream 100 that Russell talks about. And I talk about it in my course as well. It's building that list of 100 people or more of people you're trying to, I guess, learn from, or you're inspired by. They have a decent sized following, and they don't have to have millions of followers to be on your Dream 100. It could be somebody that has 10 more followers than you. It's just getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, and learning as you go through the trials and tribulations of the, messing up on the tech, or, jumbling up your slides and kind of losing train of thought. That's part of the process. All right. So just a little quick wrap up. We talked about live virtual events and how powerful they are. And it's a very, very powerful tool for engaging with your audiences, expanding your reach, and establishing authority in your digital marketing business, or whatever it may be. And then following these steps to successfully launch and manage a live virtual event for maximum impact and growth, having that promo cycle, 14 days, super important. And I teach all this more in depth inside of my courses, inside of my community when I go live, and continuously analyzing feedback and metrics to improve future events and enhance audience satisfaction. Again, it's a full course on the launch process of an offer. So with that being said, guys and gals, that is the sprint method. It's set a routine, perfect your avatar, post regularly, implement an opt-in page with a VSL, something where people can put their name and information in. Because if you don't have their name and email, name and phone number, you don't have a lead. And then nurture your systems with a team, and then also take it live with virtual events. And that wraps it up. So if you have not booked a call with me, if you're not in my community, you've only went through and purchased the process that we went through right now with the sprint method, and you're wanting to jump on a call, and maybe you want to find out where your business is broken at, where the pinch points at, or how come you're not getting leads, or how come your content's not getting traction, whatever it is, book a call with us, right? You have that opportunity. Book a call. Right below this video is the opportunity to do so. The invitation's out there. You'll meet with myself or one of the 7-figure coaches on the team. We'll get you lined out. It's not going to be a sales pitch. If it makes sense to you at the end of what we have to offer and how it can help you get out of the turmoil that you're in your head, and the feelings that you're feeling about your business, how you want to give up, or whatever it is, or you're just starting and you just want some advice, again, book the call. All right, I will see you in the community. If you're part of the community, if you're not part of the community, please jump in. It's amazing. We go live 3 times a week. You get to pick my brain on anything you really want when it pertains to marketing. Now, when it comes to tech stuff, well, we have a tech person. I'm not the tech savvy guy. Can I go build a funnel? Yes, 100%. Can I do everything I've taught you today? Yes. But do I like to? No. That's why I have somebody else do it for me. So again, book that call. I'll see you guys on the inside.